is the most dynamic country in Western Europe. Almost starting in because of almost relationship with other countries. Muslims were all Christians were all, blacks were all, sanity, Italians, I mean East Europeans, but they've done it so well. Germany copied, and you know what they did. And can German abofuno almost bad to say Turkish for no especially any Polish for no. Almost German or no develop here. No Obama ni crew. I say okay. In conjunction with former government, no more a bisa government. Okay, you are good to go. You better it's the intake of every German football academy, which is every Bundesliga, any Bundesliga one. We the academy a wombo.
Okay.
Academy. Yes. Academy intake, 60% should be eligible to play for Germany.
Okay.
Enti nana amwakun wo ko no obano yesu Germany foreigners dey na ayema na mo beba ma Germany dey kwan wo ho. Enti no mo kona omo said be ya omo benya quality.
Okay.
And that's what they did. Enti no Kevin Prince Boateng. Jerome Boateng. Why did they give you Kevin and not Jerome?
That's a good question.
Yes. You say, will be a history, injury, discipline. Our Kevin, affirm. When also you're different. Jerome, yes, ordinary player.
Yeah.
But he fits into the bill. So they kept him. So, Sanyama when they needed something. And guess who came? Mesut Ozil. Turkish.
Yes.
I know the same. You see what plans can do. Until 2006, almost hosted work, almost 2002. The last batch of grown-ups for the German team, no, FAD out. And almost be by 2006. They did not host to win the World Cup, but to make a statement. 2010, the youngest ever side, Germany, they are called World Cup. 2010 World Cup. 14 not the World Cup.
Nana, Osha Obo Spain, Real Madrid. Enti Omumam Benin ka say very say
no. Before Obefi Germany I left something out. Omo academy, no more template you dey chiro mu nyina de o. To say the chair of Germany academy and one chair Leverkusen.
Okay.
The one chair second tier so. Omo academy be one coaches here more template share the 16 won ko gym.
That's why they play German football.
Organization discipline.
Yeah.
Organization discipline.
Okay.
And through the side any sheni penuma. Yesus on we have it. Yabo abate. That was our system. Ni bibi and you building honor. And come afraid in efi akono or the bibi na ko two friend ba
exactly.
They may arrive on say.
Okay.
But see from now Semenyo was developed out there.
Okay, no.
Kudus, you're training or right to dream. And you're preparing for Scandinavia markets.
Okay.
And of course, no, they are IAS, no, they are PA England.
Okay.
To say he was brought up in a different way.
System.
So also now others will be Germany, will be aha. So when you do that, they don't coordinate.
Yes.
You can have the best of players, but unfortunately, you don't have the best of of a team. Problem I face no.
Okay.
It's more a matter of coaching. One, you change coaches, same problem.
It's a system that is not in place.
Exactly. Just put something in place. Plan. Success comes with plan, discipline.
Insa akanwo the sixth show and enumre oyobia Ghana edana kuma so papa oyobia ono so ye kan say no kwade PhD no he fits in enunti ye be share ne nso say yensa kan papa a ye ne no eba bedi enkomo afa Ghana mpuntu Ghana dachi ena Ghana enkan ko enunti mo be share ne nso ama na answer na me de ne be kire mu no production mesre say wodi slide back to screen so e dia mami NDC cannot survive without corruption and scandals. NDC cannot survive without corruption and scandal. We if a year as if for FM. And our mama yeti say Al Hassan Suhini NDC MP Alhassan Suhini NDC MP no ama Ghana for assurance say we should brace ourselves up because corruption and scandals are eba be pie wo oman Ghana mu enya de wa. Yes, or say NDC cannot survive without corruption and scandal. And ukure no ka kire en say krono de ye den a ade a be koso e wo John Dramani Mahama abem anase amamum His Excellency. And na wa hyase e te ehun nsem so sourcing ni ade a koso e wo road ministry. And then me no ka say road minister etumi esinsan ehye bishop atade esinsan contract sole source contract for on Sundays at the ma woman ankasa woman ennamfo ene ne keke ka ho eno nti ye be share nso na afi so NDC signed 90% of contract on sole sourcing production momoame NDC signed 90% of sole sourcing. And I say in 2016 no nana bafo ewua and say NDC in 2016 almost sign and as almost award contract sole source contract maku and I say 90%. Not just say contractor abayano His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na buy edema 2016 90% of sa contract no yedema yankasa ya ni ya ma tender ya ma open competitive tender ya frawa ya say brabeje 90% of contract edema nyina eye through so sourcing abranti honorable Nana Bafo Ewa MP or one of the constituencies in the Ashanti region. If you also na 107 contracts acquire from fourth estate. One say analyze it and the hono or say 100 and that is 24th March and or say 107 contracts analyzed by fourth estate were all signed by Kwame Agbuja. Not just say minister minister onunkwan was signed contract maku 107 fourth estate for analyze it. Also, Media Foundation Executive Director Suleiman Abraham dismisses road minister's claim that sole sourcing data included projects by past government. Or say a year minister in somewhere worker a year his excellency honorable Kwame Agbuja a year bishop Sundays was inside contract no Suleiman Abraham say in somewhere papa ne can say sole sourcing data Omodia Bano a previous government so essential and papa ne say a year tro enya no kreba kokra enti en someone minister no kanu otum futuro na ediagu Ghana for any enti Ghana for mama money and now that's why this show is there said the bia e be woni now so hu nia eden koso menya messages bebre fa online omo pese omo de messages ni band they are saying say they are facing challenges say technicians no enhwe man say course no ni messages about the doors pass people are saying that they cannot watch on Facebook and YouTube and yadamasi some of the information no edi abre it is Suleiman Brahma in some of the two John was say minister no edi intro kese pa say contract maku dodo abegu abeto edwano minister na che say oh na do abre so no ebi ka ho bi na Suleiman Brahma che say there be almost a document no almost they read almost to say ye mu bia ye nkenkan anti politician ne ba na wa heden na wa betwa ye ntro or the ntro FM no kro FM or the frefra na wa ton ama ye ne enso yagi anom Suleiman Brahma say there be da almost de untumi fa sa ade no the M4 ma fichi nti minister no ntro or say enya no kre da say contract na and as a sole source contract numbers na abeto dwa no the previous government dia or sign here can was say enye no kre and after so NDC running away from their own contracts we in someone when mu kan in opposition we nsɛm a wɔn kan yɛ ɛwɔ opposition anaasɛ nsɛm a yaka contractor wɔn asan na nkurɔfoɔ ebisa mu asɛm na minister te hɔ na ɔno ankasa koraa no nyɛma a ɛwɔ contractor wɔn asensɛn mu a yɛreka kyɛ no ɛyɛ ne na obisa sɛ are you sure sɛ nsɛm a okay ɛwɔ contract na papa ne sɛ bo ɛnu ni contract no ɛnu nie nti they are running away from their own contract wɔn asan they don't even know what is contained in the contract because yɛ pɛntɛm ɛsi enye sika near the run the next election. You see what politicians do to us as a country, and then you and I will sit down and we keep quiet. And then the Biame catch out say 70 million budget I the ama fellas for Sukwachi or Jubilee House. That money is working. And then they born some man oh you should scan ye. Until one more people with conscience and ne sika enti they cannot talk. And as omo kasa no omo danda omo omo sisan omo tekrema. Men do no longer have principles. Mekai say ebra ebeto just say Dr. Brandon Champon to is it hotel or say Bibisa in the previous regime? Is it La Palm Beach? Production Fatu Wenisomami, Professor Bafo Agyapong on Ibrahim Mahama, or the Fatu Somami. Papa yi ne picture no ɛyɛ round or says person a former UN governance advisor Ghana has now odi juma bi me we fit sa position or see being the president's brother shouldn't automatically disqualify Ibrahim Mohammed's Daman bid. No obi be ka che o say 70 million dey bia fa ho a na say ugidi a why boni ana say wonye boni. Yes, Professor Bafo Agyapong or say this is from Joy News. Or say, being the president's brother shouldn't automatically disqualify Ibrahim Mohammed's Daman bid. Ediana Papai Ekaya in the previous regime. Efa Enyeme Bise Professor, or your professor was Shahuma. And I mean, Bisa says, Papai Bekan and net or Bekan Sassam way the chairman. Nasi will be 70 million Ghana cedis budget a yako Felix Kwacho Fosu eye ni office or Jubilee House no ye juma nasi wujidia we mistake ana papa ya ena beto oga mri bi say yes Dr. Brian Champon to hotel onko wi yes to hotel papa yi kan say enya depa yes o say enya depa enu pono na nipa woto no onye president ni brother onye president ni brother ene de na asesa na mo president brother koto eye daman eye oman adwapade dia papa ya na no asesa professor na se da make professor no onye obi a wonsua homa wasua homa kwakire. You are talking about patriotism, honesty and discipline. And nyama fa won say tia men dane wano yamrafie na sani ameka ya no but as mo sa video we emma NDC running away from their own contracts na yamra
it as included in the contract. If you look at the company's own clearance certificate as included in the contract, this company says they have 4 workers. So sourced for big push contract. We are told no wheelbarrows.
Which company is that?
So I didn't want to mention companies, but since you want, this is Mr. Sanam. They are doing projects in your constituency.
Sanam doesn't have 4 workers.
I am not saying it. I am not saying it. This is the contract.
I mean, everybody knows. Anybody.
This is a contract.
What do you say to their documents?
Yeah, but this I can give it to you.
But you go. But I'm just telling you that some of
if they made a mistake, why did you sign it?
Some of them.
I mean, so is that
debilitating? Is that anyway?
It is continue. As a procurement person. So when I am assessing the sector on that point,
no, Sanam doesn't have 4 workers.
On 25th. In fact, in their own data that they published, if you look at the date of awards, they are even inconsistent with the dates that the contracts were signed. So you know Sanam because they are working in your constituency, and apart from that, you are a deputy minister, so you deal with them. I don't know. If I'm evaluating the contract that you have signed, I am going by the documents in it.
Fair.
Right? Now, there is even one here.
No, don't intervene yet.
There's even one here that says one worker. One.
Which company again?
This company, Sweeney, you may help us. This is Mrs. Build Managers Limited. One, it is here in the contract that you have signed. When I say you, I mean your ministry.
They are doing a contract worth how much?
This one is doing a contract worth 146 million. And there's even a lot about this contract that, if time allowed, I would have indicated. Because the 146, 30 million is allocated for the maintenance of the Department of Federal Rules headquarters. The road contract, 30 million. The project you have signed, 30 million of it is supposed to go to maintenance of Department of Federal Rules headquarters. And it is not only this contract. In this other contract, 5 million is allocated for the same purpose, maintenance of the Department of Federal Rules headquarters. And I'm not talking about even the cars and so on that are provided for. So if you are signing contracts that indicates in the SNIT clearance certificate, indicates that someone has 4 employees, someone has 1 employee, and you are telling us that you are giving the contracts to contractors who are not wheelbarrow contractors, but contractors with capacity. Are you being honest and are you being truthful to the people of Ghana? How did a one company with 1 employee go through restrictive tendering?
So something. Remember, hold on now. I'm not going to allow any one of you to come in now anymore.
If you look at the company's own clearance certificate as included in the contract, this company says they have 4.
Order for a year join news at the Roman in Sakansa video. Per se, in some way, I can uti near Cosenye Muslim can. Ena a brantiano yabo video no diachena na se papa na yi document no e diachena still no one company a yamanu sole sourced contract. Me sure say your cousin where it's almost share baby crest say oh don't mind them. Oh don't mind them. You go to my yama and I would the na okekem. Yes. You go to my yama and I would the auto na okekem. Ye beka o de enyashi mu go to my yama kra ye beka. Ye juma say will inform the people. 140 on our contractor no is supposed to use 30 million of that amount for the maintenance of feeder Department of Federal Roads. And you know go the next sole source contract another $1 million Ghana cedis so you actually almost of Federal Roads office. Can you imagine this? The contract in 30 million, this million, that million, you find the same thing as your state. Oh my God, I'm a Ghana. Ghana God yama. I'm a Ghana. Now what you ho? Who you this new energy is event back on friends say, "Hey Joe, say is a hope." Yes. Nyediye I'm a Ghana ni. And I think that politicians are listening. Say you opportunity say yembe sum o my Ghana. Ni ayediye o my Ghana ni. Na make am. No whiskey titi ho no more stray. They watch. Yeah, we have information said they watch. No stray. Wo so kwa ye kan kwa me so say wo to ho no wati kwa pai say adenti ne ye kan. And I see dun ketia kan ye no. Omo general omo friends o chama. Wo so we sepre. Mama bae uduku ba ko nya no anebo. Nyam na meka ye wo national chairman ne ka kire wo. Ene no kre ana na see dun ketia e kan. Se be ya ye di amanyo semas achi no ye be ya dwunu no ebe ye adwuma ama ye hu se enkofo be use for their selfish interest. Now on that note no the last one we pese ye tie omu buye anase omu di yeso this time around no ye tie insembia from omu mampaninu someone or can ye wo position a wo eto wadwem a wo ma obufu. I'm talking about every politician who can be a better than wadwem last week. I will say, yeah, Papa, no, you should be bold to say it. Who will be a you can send it to us. We will be bold to say it. What NDC said about soul sourcing in opposition. Soul sourcing when the
NDC was in opposition, they campaigned against the abuse of soul sourcing. Here was Sami Demfi holding the MPP accountable to their promise.
On the 8th November 2016, now about 6:20 p.m., or say overpricing of contracts through the use of soul sourcing is very typical of this John Mahama NDC government. Akufo-addo 23rd August 2016 on Twitter, or say the era of soul sourcing will come to an end. Soul sourcing, ye chem, because soul sourcing a chrono. Or say we promise to move away from a predominance of soul sourcing to tendering in procurement, and we have delivered. MPP ba omunyebi. Wama appointees warning mamunko yebi. Ono also say abine di niboshe so sourcing there omejai. New angle bi aba MPP for the bomb by no chrono ye pa. E ade a your friend soul source. Cocoa Road Projects company nkwenye ba ko mienu. Ah wo kan buobo mu a 83 million cedis. Tetisika no 830 billion. Ena bawumia asanso di ama ono ani nua company. And also soul sourcing.
Because if 87%, that is 175 contracts out of 266 did not go through any competitive, transparent process, then it means that these guys have shortchanged us. They lied their way into power.
And Okujotoa Blakwa promise cancelling soul sourcing.
The promise in our manifesto, the Reset Ghana manifesto, yebe amended the Public Procurement Act. Say single source yebe chaso because it's been abused.
Sammy, you're on record.
Oh yes. Yebe chaso.
The NDC had more to say about soul sourcing.
Or say we will abort rampant soul sourcing, Bawumia. Or this soul sourcing, ye chem. The exception and not the norm, because soul sourcing they are more minor eboka. And when the
NDC won political power, they affirmed their vow.
Mr. Speaker, will minimize sole source procurement to encourage competition, competitive bidding, and enhance public transparency in the procurement processes.
Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. But that is government bleeding. Everybody cutting their pound of flesh. That must stop.
Mr. Speaker, we are bringing legislation to this House to tighten our procurement processes by banning sole source contracts, except in exceptional circumstances.
And let it be known, the era of the sole source contract is dead. The value for money office bill is our sword against waste.
While the government kept assuring Ghanaians, the fourth estate started digging. We sent an RTI request to the Ministry of Roads and Highways on the government's Big Push initiative. And guess what? They responded. The data they gave us indicate that 107 contracts has been signed by this government under the flagship Big Push initiative. Out of these 107 contracts, 81 worth over 73 billion were awarded through sole sourcing. The remaining 26 were given out on selective tendering. This means none of these contracts were awarded on competitive tendering basis.
And indeed, Mr. Speaker, there's spurious information online that 76% of Big Push
just go ahead with
projects were sole source is also false. Only about 44% of those projects were procured through sole sourcing. And I state on record, Mr. Speaker, we are making progress as a House and as a country to make sure that much of our procurement is done competitively. But that is why I'm saying that those who claim to have done this so-called analysis based on data we submitted to them freely didn't help the country, because if they did due diligence, they would have known that those percentages they put outside were pure fabrications and false.
The minister is accusing the fourth estate of fabricating data. That's ridiculous and utter falsehood. The fourth estate has relied solely on data that his own ministry presented to us, which he is denying on the floor of Parliament. It is worth stressing that the fourth estate requested data specifically on the Big Push initiative from January 2025 to February 2026. The data we have presented to the public is the data that the Ministry of Roads and Highways delivered to us. Today, the minister says over 400 contracts have been awarded through competitive bidding. Does that mean this data was outside the request we made to the ministry? The fourth estate will continue to present facts on these road contracts.
Samijemfi Akambi ene o Kokobot eye okujeto ablakwa na no den that time ene o minister for foreign affairs eye the former president, now president John Dramani Mahama, his excellency ene oyo mampeni only did the awards of contracts. Kwame Agboja himself, the minister general, the sole source advocate, the bishop general Sundays nya otumi sensan your friend is saying so short contracts and after so a benefit bebre this and common we NDC full soldier kai who say they have started to come one akojibie obano be catch you say oh trying for second term catch is the second term be any nya who this year no so me bejibi because money sa ye kan ho asem no rofo enya de kitwo enti ebehye ne so minko eye minua so berima PSC ochredako berima PSC ochredako oye peninkese pa apostle o friend apostle na ni agi papa enti apostle yensaka apostle ene enumri ewo dwumedi we so aye ne no ebetwetwe nkomo kakra obi a Ghana mpuntu eda na koma so pa enti nsamo American was nyina nyama American was nyina ne ra who say papa what trouble could be a friend echoes from the Doyen JB Dankwa and
to Ghana and Africa
and Africa okay echoes from the Doyen JB Dankwa to Ghana and Africa sana book no edi eti yensa akanwa ha ya nene bidin ko mini aboko de
nyame adumo na so
nyame adum boko ye ho ye papa me kasana mtu se ora ho pa ma eni so dura o tibi but sanete se etumi magana fo no ehu eye nya politicians no de eye yes nya politicians no de eye man omo te se e boye kono left right center and now omo be TV so a no ma yeso so abofo na asofo bi so 70 million no ye mambu bi no mo so mo ba no mo kasa te se oh aban bi aba ye hu bi da la mo kai yes 6 March nanka ye decentralize no na obi wo ho no ma 6 March ko hu bi da and ye de ko call regional capitals tamale me kai se voter region jama ho Akufo-addo any other regions are Kenya the local economies in those regions. About under Ghana independence celebration no my Ghana country or Jubilee House. Until I say or Ghana second by you also call a inspection of projects the previous government no eshas. When you see come to one na bon sem sepr nana sususu na that is Ghana for you. You say omo baby every be ka kire omo say is in na flag bearer tete ho o keke no na nsemo amabobo su yi be ba ogogu no so ba nsemo amabobo su yi as Ubia, who champion say there will be awakening of the Ghanaian people.
Yeah.
For us to understand who we are.
Yeah. For
us to appreciate Nyanyankopon dia maye. Aye betumi akura no akusa no ama mfaso aba yenya yetiase ne any the generation yet unborn. Na otisa nsemu ise. Kofo akosa lie di tumi ashen kofo nsa. Now we that opportunity, that rare opportunity. Now almost repay the state like this. Because I am say, people when him near the susu. Susu. Eto say.
Oh, areho na the woman say Ghana no yempa disua.
Yempa disua. Eno no ye problem na kofa sanse mu na.
Your problem no. If you say there be aya na me catch amafo say your problem ni nyina no a link to the founding of Ghana. Ebra ye gifa hudie nhihye ye de to honum. If you say wo chichiro man a broni say wo principles of nationalism. Ema ye de chichiri oman bia ma oman na ye de etumpon. Ye wo se wunya wo national philosophy. Na wunya wo national culture. Wugina so e de ye mra. Mra no na ebe chichiri obia ama wotimi edi so ama yetimi etu e de achichiri oman no. Denti a aban no ba obi o se o metwa so sosim nanso ontwam oba o se metwa we mu oba pe no obe repeat the same thing ne say emra bia ne ho a echichiri ye need what we call accountable governance. Say meka se meye bibi na manya emra bia ne wa ewo ho a eso mi mu ma ye de meko enti omoba omodo ma no fifa hu wi a onya 2 minutes wi a then they begin to do what they want to do. And no na we have to go back to know said then I was ye ebetimi amaye man no etumpom na sa akro no boy afri ho ene noma bebre a emma oman entumpom no ayeden afri ho na one ewra asante kan blasters no meba ho no nyina ye won hihye ya yebetimi aye ama oman etumpom ni nyina ne say o chichiro oman a you need to have a sense of purpose. But I benti na oman no wo ho. So hwe te say Asante a mamemfa Asante as an example. Ofa Asante a omusu omudi ni kire say Asante because of war. Na danger ato asho moso ama danger du omoso. In order so mo be liberate omo free danger no, they had to unite and fight danger. Enti oman bi abeba Asante so ntokwa no na Asante adu sunkunim so what I say enti almost sense of purpose na a war but what I say Ghana your sense of purpose anything see a TSC a obi ye Ghana ni uchi obi a ye Ghana ni bia ubisa so oman we ye botaya ye de wo ho se oman no ene ne sen ye nhunu na so na nye se ye ni bi ye wo botaye is to live the black star dream. Sa butaya ne ma yidi konya the name Ghana. Sa butaya na nti ye what the red, gold, green as our national flag. Ye mi say ho say enhihye ben na wo ho a ye de atiti nipa. So what I say o say ye nara ya sasini e ya board ndin ban moja na na no hwegu di to word maran. So aduro me ne wo soso say be ye bi ato so Oto enti den ye sa enwoma we no minia na wo se eye ntete a ye de titi nipa tete no ne ye titi nipa ena ye ntiti nipa enti they get opportunity into government no ma be we sika no moko but say ye shase na ye kire patriotism e be say de na onabo Canada Agyapong e ka no na ye de omani values e titi nipa wo fie na ye de omani values e titi nipa wo school ma. People will grow to be responsible citizens. They will become responsible leaders. You don't expect to be on your responsible and can't say, me ba bema, betcha so simu. Now for the buy no air coso, almost 146 million, ako contract, 30 million, and coffee the rules. We ain't been coso any country outside Ghana at all. Because you bet you, and brawo. Eberen echichiru eno na eba besi oma opanyina ye friend JB Dankwaso okay e say JB Dankwa na so dae say ye nchichiru oman Ghana eno na ofa nipa boabo nipa no enipa oboabo amano no nipa wodi mu akotene baako ene Dr. Kwame Nkrumah se mombra ne yenchechero man no enu nti okofa concept e friend Ghanaism se yen nyina ne efri Ghana ye ahinie bia na wo Mali side bia Mali ne Senegal wo no hona na Ghana wo Mauritania Senegal na Ghana wo Asian kingdom a rich in gold. Ghana had a strong civilization. No mu didi se before asantefo mfantefo no emre bi atwam no na ye nanam ho na omowo enu ntini ya behiem ha yensam we together biem ni enyi tribalism enye den emfri ho na ye nyina ye ma together enti enam papa ye free JB dan kwasu enema before enkranfo asantefo eba together. If na asante ye oman a eda sononko na north ho nso so ye friend northern territories and so so eda sononko na hanom ye friend Gold Coast ento na so ahwe Ghana Cape Coast ye friend central region but nka so ahwe Ghana map Cape Coast near the central region
exactly
because near kan Gold Coast na ho na ye Gold Coast nti Gold Coast ne central and Cape Coast enti Takoradi ye western region na ho ye for western province and a greater Accra highway and it akufo-addo eastern your friend eastern province until greater Accra near for eastern because greater Accra eastern of Cape Coast and Takoradi they are the western of Cape Coast until Cape Coast in the one finti for central region if they happen and na Ghana no na Kumasi nka ho Obuasi nka ho Sunyane nka ho na ohon ye for Ashanti until bro half nyina ne Ashanti region na nebom baako as one colony your friend Ashanti and a north for so ebom baako your friend Northern Territories and the British Trans-Togoland na open your friend JB Dankwa and
British Trans-Togoland no know you from
and only a part of Volta
okay
na Volta any become Goku so ho
okay
if I say aflaho nyina na kan Goku so ho Ghana ho
okay
and there was a certain part of Volta na enka Ghana ho omoso beka ho nti mpanyfo tena se yenkan bom na yenchichiri oman ento mu ko hu otumfo 1943 ama otumfo gitumu se oba beka Goku si ho na de aprefa ho die nti edidimu ma ye nyina bebom baako e ma ye se yebenya one quarter na ya ye united na nam se yempe broni asensu die ntimi yebeyi din Goku na de afri ho ya kofa ye nananom din a eye Ghana no na de abeto ye ho so asikire ni se ye pese ye proud as Africans ye pese ye da ye bibisu ayden edi e de kire ewiase nyina na afesu ye gidi se Ghana no na golden kingdom ye kan golden kingdom a oman a unhye obiase ana oman a onye second to none just we first class nation ntina ye dream ni se ye be chichire a first class nation in infrastructure in economy say Ghana bet to say UK Ghana bet say Japan Ghana bet to say United States of America so over Ghana there shouldn't be any difference and development in koso normal eye basa no na papa man hihye say concept of Ghana is in 5 principles so person chechiro man a na di kan nyamesom se nipa besu nyamesu nipa be kan okre menua contract ya minister ko san ya osi yemfa 30 million enko federal rules office osuro nyame anko betima yesa
dabi
osuro nyame a enko ontimi nyesa
oye honest
yes. Ontimi yesa nti JB na concept of theism no a project honesty a project the fear of God a project integrity wo chechiro maya you need citizens are omoye honest omokita integrity as no chechiro man so the two me show binsa so nipa no so oye honest say nipa no prove on a track record him say okita integrity okita honest adwuma be na wo ye no kure be na wudi ya minji wuni won say o mani magu ase omoka say ye ba so sin ye betwam we ye be say ensem omoka ye no eno na ne omankasa eye omba ya mo say blasters na akufo-addo na ma blasters nkoso no you see that a normal ekoso no they are repeating the same thing na say oni integrity nti undermining the concept of Ghanaism nanka ye wo Ghana man tim no na say ye bon content ko hwe ye jani mo de o man ne bae no enhihye no mo de to on eno na ye di so ana enya no ye di so
na Ghana man tin mo kura no mo yes ya
very good so that is why there is the need for education and a book like this for people to be reminded say I have ye share o man as free So what I say? So you need that honesty, that fear of God. I beg guiding the morality. I face with the torso, patriotism to nation. Teteno, na yetimika so ohinibi eden onwan ho aba for ye. So hwe asantemaya. Ye say or asantefo himfu ni bi no, ye do omuti eja akyerema. Boesia ye say boesia ko enye nyobi ne kumanchi na boes na kwa dignity e eje akyerema. Na che say they believe say ese mi kumi ho ye den emema man eno na ye ntete no but eno no politician no fi say ese ye ku oman no e de ma no nti onu wie oman sika onu fa oman japade na mum onkunu ho enye den emma oman nti a breakthrough say the concept of patriotism yes an champion it nti maka theism no and the honesty, the fear of God, morality no good conscience and the ba
theism ni spelling say
theism ni THEISM. Okay. Theism. Yes. Nti na JB dan kwa so principle a yemfa cheche Ghana no no. First one no theism ene na de nyamesuro nukuredie tenene ye edeba. E say nipa no was antete no. But also what I say. Very good. Ne to so no a commitment to state your friend patriotism.
Ghana first year honorable.
Yes. Commit. Yes.
Okay, the patriotism part.
Yes, the commitment to state. So what I said, the loyalty to state. I to need patriotism. Any ho. Into most of microphone no be DS be say why need patriotism tete no. And to no bit me can say politics in there and kakra and trokakra. Politics in yan trokakra yan kakra. And then came a brony di so. So what I say, enti eno na tosu mienu. Ne tosu miensa busua. E say wo chechire oman ya ye de busua na chechire oman. Tete no na ohen no etake decision a ekokosi busua bia so. Ti busua bia nim aban policy. Busua bia so wa senso de. Busua bia peso pagya no ho. So hwe ti se bia bedi pele above blasters. Kwam ya you above blasters. They do you above blasters. Jordan you above blasters. I say we no some Ghana through football. Ti busua bia was some sense of pride. Opeso born home modern e de ye. And busua break it down. Marriages are breaking and parenting aye basa. Tell me some say enkra no mobo mu ni ntete no. What is their future? Tina JB dankwa third principle or they might say yemfa cheche oman no eno no. Ne toso ye adeshimama. So unip Ghana ni bia wo your this year. We a prince. Nti say aban ye nhihye ya ebe ma ye audition treatment. Yenhwe the way a yetimi ko bu journalist. Yenhwe we a yetimi ransaki obi fie say security fo aba. Ye titi nipa, ne ye nipa ye ka de no. Obi say won say eno ya adeshima ma na.
Say political party bi enye tumi na emu nkofo na call state agency bi say ye betum ya pamo obi a afi ho.
Sa ntina JB danko ya against it. Nti sa ntitiye no na nanko pese ye de chechire Ghana. Ko me kofa politicians ni na baaye. Ntina friend de doyan. Ghana politicians ebeji faudi no JB danko na boabo mu nyina no. Nti ona ye the most prominent amongst them.
Okay.
Ntina friend de doyan. Sabatu what I say. Nti na ne yeto ho no say Ghana ni bia benya santete no say de ummu ho kura bomfia e wo broni anim. Unyene say broni is superior. You better to say, oh, you're this year, you are a prince, you are a royal. A buying also some new policies are Ghana for being that sense of pride. So, we are this year. Near Tosu Num, a humanism. So, Nipa, we ye udi buonipa. Ye ye and from Munipa Quasia. Ye and for Titi Nipa so. Uye ye a fabulous society.
Ye and for M1 Oman for no chrono.
Sir. Young school say we IT now so the
bokro no we accountant
no the bokro
fair for home
no by ye the brody pa ye the ye papa e ye ntete ya na wo ho eno nti na so wa hwe a NPP ba omuma social intervention bi te say NHIS e the brody pa omuye bi te say free education e the brody pa e because of omu peke papa JB dankwana the principles ni bi humanism fabu odipa na mu na santete no ena menua ekofom ena wotiru na nua Ghana ni bu kwasia ena Ghana ni de opeso otia ne se wo ho akire wo ka se kodo mi ho akire na when your opportunity to be kwasiano so atase enye Ghana ntete no nti papa nhyehyɛ ya ɔda for Ghanaism ne ɛtɔ ye wɔsi so obetuma akyekyere ɔman na ohia robust economy na robust economy no yenyina individual so ema individual impeja into ono no believe in individual entrepreneurs to say papa Kwame despite to say papa Kwame de Agyapong mo no ye aban nya hyehyeye impeja Ghanaian businesses but just what I say Ghana for in only omo asset.
So that's why this explains why honorable Kennedy Agyapong unity so be flag bearer no na o share the business gurus all of them were praying saying Kobenya.
Yes.
Because omunim say oye businessman ne de onim omo ha onim omusu a obetumi aye nhyehyɛ ama sabi omo business ayede a thrive na ayede a trickle down the ordinary Ghana.
Na enna na ye JB dan kwa nhyehyɛ no no. Kwame Nkrumah the socialist policy buyer or state enterprises and a be large scale. Zobere Ghana bank kese a na state dia company kese bia na state dia. And a Kwame Nkrumah another policy of foreigners a large scale enterprise just share Shell, Anglo Good or share MTN a foreigners and I yes adeno and a Kwame Nkrumah state and foreign partnership foreign national partnership not just a bit is a vacuum abrofo ni be see vacuum no but na state no share kakra wom and a Kwame Nkrumah say individual as say Kennedy Agyapong no Kwame despite there mo nya adwuma kese bia o adwuma bia nya small scale. This small scale mining buy ya e Ghana say aba no na Kwame Nkrumah mpese Ghana ni bia be ye edwuma kese edwuma be tumpon nti eno na air fighting Ghanaian businesses but the down call buzia for say yema the individual no kwan na ontimi pushing they stand for individual liberty. Nti you too Kwame Nkrumah nsana you betimenya people like Kennedy Agyapong Kwame despite appear minkan dako farms ye promoting such people
into the JB Dankwa concept is basically for the government to create the enabling environment for Ghanaians to survive and grow their business. We should own the wealth. Ghanaians should own the wealth in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what JB Dankwa stand for.
Okay.
They stand for Ghanaian owned liberal economy. Mema buying your policy and tina Ghana niso.
Okay.
Until first now individual intimate be a university. Until it took many years and son a Valley View University for it maybe be a private university.
Okay.
What I say? Until the downquest philosophy no, it be pushing people like Kennedy Agyapong, Kwame despite Papa Kosindum, I know your foreign media to send that too.
Exactly.
But within Nkrumah's policy no, it's only GBC. We cannot have done any one that too. You cannot have done any what join news.
Okay.
Until JB Dankwa stand for say Ghanaians should also be given opportunities. Because when Ghana any opportunity, he can also show that he is somebody.
Okay.
Now say you see the need drop here and drop it. Drop and say yentini achieve the JB Dankwa's legacy.
Let's say before about the dropping of the CD no about non mame enji about for kratobe si mame ba na mama watros yenko break shortly na yembra.
economy no
yo odo for me some sit ena wani eguso ene enumei me guest ye Belma PC ochidako a watwe krata krata no efa nsamo a yedi ehu nkomo ne enumei no ochechi na minu na wo the
economy
no awasem
yaji independence no na British pounds no to Ghana's currency no 1:2 1:22 ene check Ghana currency na check British yaji na ne dollar 1:1 yaji independence now because Ghanaians are not in charge of the economy no there were a lot of foreign nationals no afibia so mo profit ombenya no omo sesa coin to foreign currency normally Africa or mine mo ko nti ekoba ne sa depreciate the value of our CD all the time and until over the years no your CD no depreciate and there's no hope for the Ghanaian CD. It can be artificially sustained for a while na san giago see pese ahoden ba the Ghanaian economy no ma e say timi biebie nyuma expanding nyuma na Ghana for there. And that is why I always stand for people like Kennedy, Agyapong, people like Kwame despite him say ese Ghana for na ni bie hunu say private sector being the engine of growth at JB Dankwa kan no or pe Ghanaian private sector, not a foreign private sector.
So it's not surprising say Honorable Kennedy Agyapong the key campaign message was about job creation.
Yes, and when the best solve a problem, if you say in 1956 you have independence and Bruni our friend James Griffith our British Parliament as some more kind say they should not cut the Gold Coast from the Colonial Welfare Department Act because the economy of the Gold Coast, which is Ghana, and like other colonies, was not designed for Ghanaian interests but for British interests. Ghana's economy and Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, no, Omotina British Parliament can say it was not designed for Ghanaian interests and Nigerian interests but for British interests. And Timomon cut Ghana from the Colonial Welfare Department Act.
Abrana omo ati omo no mo kono.
Yeah, but independence no. British Parliament.
So omo my independence no krapua.
No cut. I'm interested what is the Colonial Welfare Department.
I'm interested in that.
What is the Colonial Welfare Department Act? And no na ye mboa. No mo di Ghana, omo di scabray in 1945. And then I know mo friend foreign aid. To omo nkoso my foreign aid. If say your economy no enya ya dia e your modia, they benefit from the Ghanaian economy. And the only way to solve the problem economy dia is to push people like Kennedy, push people like Kwame despite him no, to create more businesses because omo physically free omo and cover bibia. Sikani stay in this country. So Ghana is and say yeah boa ye hu etumpon, yeah boa ye near businessman, I mean etumpon. What I say, that is what JB Danko stood for. And we have to come to terms to say, baby, your economy was no. That is what will save it. President Mahama Baye on Japan, on an Amamaso, air costs are foreign investors. I am not against foreign investors, but it is better saying Quebeco, Canada, Japan, Kwame Despato, Papa Kosindumo, Okobo, money investors that we are looking for. More investing into the Ghanaian economy, create opportunities for them.
Local events and business guys are only and that's what we call the family
and then your friend lack of ethical leadership. Ethical leadership, you know, so wako forward here, wako forward here, and on a conflict of interest, and yet once in America. But what I say, conflict of interest. Wako forward here, and I to play a share no con. Wako forward here, and I did that manage a man, and yet on the eka. And when they send a friend kukufu football, yes, who knew any my pass, winning a musa. But here the air can say, Ghanaians who are willing, you know, government should motivate them. Government should give them incentive. And in America, can say, Obama businessmen, zero interest. Because foreigners na bahano or no interest na ni krum ni demand e kitu ebi into foreigner na business or Ghanaian market na ma or ya ade sene the Ghanaian business person and in a JB Dankwa stand say the government should save Ghanaian businesses they need a bit more holding the economy of Ghana.
Ma member mu ha asemo a wo kan ya now because a company lacks that friends ethical leadership. A yes, our book was a PhD, written by Dr. Kenneth Cloutier. Dr. Matissa Oshe or US no how Michao. Oshe book room page 83 and I was stating a contrast between Honorable Kennedy Agyapong PhD and politics as usual. Senior, you say politics as here. And Oba a year appointment and promotions are what we know as politics as usual. And then they say our politics is based on connections, tribal affiliations, or party allegiance, and then the Kennedy Agyapong PhD doctrine is saying those appointment and promotions should be based on merit, proving competence, and work ethic. So like you are saying, say Omampeni John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, in any person or build a local businesses and as a local people to own the Ghanaian economy now. And you will be a demand yes. O share near or meetings are a year or qualify on merit. Yes. Say Nipano or your CPPs or your CDDs a day because unim say will be to me boa or my Ghana or that record you give it to not only your brother. That's the point you are making.
Yes. Okay. And so JB Kansembi says so be a minister and be an MP or you're loyal to the constituency first. And the people of Ghana and some of the party above. But and then people are loyal to their party first. I don't care about their constituency. But what I say, until no Emma Noma Ekokosu na yeden Ekoso. And a yema Juma, a family and friends, a young Krofobina, a day connection to president in the president I appoint me, but Brown Crow will for appoint you. And in Krofon nobody nipan exactly. So when you benefit and free nipa no more than a coin, they begin to fight the person. And then people are not appointed for the interest of Ghana, but they are appointed for the interest of a select few, and it's affecting the growth of Ghana. And we have to change these things. See, answer sana, you create problem. Yeah, na problem. Yeah, you're creating your team. Somebody what I say. So these are some of the principles. Papa, a friend JB Dankwa. Stand for YDBT, the new patriotic party. I believe say Ghana for far a bebwa. So these are captured in these are captured in the book. Yes. The echoes of from the Doyen JB Dankwa to Ghana and Africa. Yes. Making kind of especially page 140. Now Kasafa a year Ghanaism. A honor, am I right? Yes. 140 page 140. A honor Ghanaism. Ukaya what JB Dankwa ne philosophy and his thinking of who a Ghanaian is. Yes. Am I right? Sure. Okay. Now, Sakata will say, Ubi no person yebia. I even obey to me and easily. Kingdom Bookshop. And I yet say, Mitra, what the auto mankind from mankind in first page. For 141, you will thank me. EPP Bookshop and Kingdom Bookshop. Legon branches, Kingdom Bookshop. But we are also linking of other bookshops in Accra. It will also be available on Amazon very soon. Oh, there be no bonnet. But I am manageable. 246 manageable.
No, just any one said that it's less than 300. Now I page 140 now make you will thank me. That is what Ghanaism is all about. But there you production is a bit to me of a course kakra mo mama huna ye phone lines no na elikem ye phone lines no na ye ntumi emfa a course no ba ku mienu bi rofo wani eguso a wo hwe the seat show some for the flag bearer era meti edwom ene enumre ma me phone lines 024 05508990 024 550899 ye share a politics of lies, politics of propaganda, idea a corner politicians a catch say tuntum or my Ghana or Donna I see a woman or my Ghana. That patriotism disciplined and then honest in nature no eyade a aboy and send ya Joso abo akoko and unti me guess e boy am ya to me e disankomo we me fa ofrefo to so hello
flag bearer the flag bearer
na me I say
na me adu mo
me no ka say Germany a share Ghana 2-1 ana nikobo
oh flag bearer now black side team money da hudi ekiri
anyame adwa bi ebeye yeah, man, Penny say obey no a local team or the local players in the Bequaco. Jidi say, yeah, sure, him say obey is an idea.
I or man Penny Mahama and a pound one, I tell you for.
Yeah.
Fagbella.
Yes.
Oh, dear, Miss Row.
Young Queen,
you're fun and to her. Black and somebody. So, for best to you are. And come, blue, I would to her now, bed, Gino, and Papa. Fagbella. That said to me, a man did before war position. Mahama Nanka said, was a president, you know. Was it Ghana? Or my penny, a Nanado, a better so, be Diagu, and a black house said, Wanka.
Yeah.
What are you? What by your friendly matter, what was it 5-1, my God, I was watching 2-1. Young man, 20. And they got 2014. I say you come 1-1 in the 2010, so we say 1 day. If you be an enemy, I will say Germany better. Okay. I'm saying kind of correct. Mutibuno and yet when Mutiba, a team. I don't know a team. Why did they go right up on? So I got my main comments about my main chair when you made. Baby on Robo Ken. It will be Ano Michiano. That means Chia Mebra, what true bookwa. Wadi amani ni mjeni nyansa no dia book abra nyame nchirawo wodi obuku ro bo madi abami bi wo afiko tu ono abuka ni kuro na making head na mi je mi papa da afa abaye de bobo peti no ho ye de bobo ba o man pani de maham and di and the he box side no person odi man ni ya enye no kre papa ya kwatra ti asa be bi o man so na Ashanti gold man say what no man be so mo ku no na do ba ye ena me bo me mwasi mo tutuo isu kire na do say bo me na me peja obwase gold man no I wo bo na no peja ene ta papa ya we eta kwaje da ma gold man ataja maninia ke da afo ye wo hu ye no go so ene nyimi no abon pali ene o man pali mahama ene de tabi gelfi no to ati ase ta engineer here you know omuka to omde wana na na omuka samako na ye tabi gelfi ene wana so na da gold board ano na tabi gelfi ono a ayi so na to gold wo ha na tabi gelfi bela say yam pije ho ne Ghana po ya story nya kasentia do man pani mahama e ba ba ma wo ye na Ghana no e debo emini sa edom to e ma me ko no bi na woni ga me nyezuma
oti ase papa nyame enhira o eye anani kobo memfa ofrefo a oto so hello mpacho mete on kakasa yes sir odini of your face
only see akola that first because I sabe for now.
Okay, all right.
Sham papa na boka ya kopro kwa ya phone. Beri yo bi papa mi sham. Ya ko pon mo dan kwa any ni de any sari mo papa e da wase. Ya den ka ka se. O se ya sman kwanta se ya de ba kana fo na se gana wampa. Atun tejwe. Na mo gana fo. Ata se intinu na jo mama oye bebe na eye e bi fu du tu ya maye etie. E se wa se mfo de ona boka ya kopro kwa ya fo okata. You can get to fool, you can get to fool. Get the copper pay at Sika up with the whole gun up with the work. You need to could be our and I could be up and I yet no way to do factory. Many put a senior or batten the others who get when you get it. You between the body and another body get a factory, you put the work up with the hook and I chill all of the gun here. You pass me from the Sobiasity. What I say? Shit, a month in the four. We are 2 years as a somebody was from somewhat. It's still with you figure a pop. You see, but there no shot, make us a shot. Light off, Joma, I beg from Joma.
Light off, I am now okay.
Light off from 2 hours, let's do something better 2 weeks. Okay, no better. If we gonna set, we believe the whole of the Pojoma. Yes, we believe the whole of the Pojoma. This is here, but the mistake can sepa again. On my President Mama, because so much. They didn't show her. Let of a country yet again, missing very black of brands of Agbalia. The person can be very fast, and not Yakupa, the mind can come with them. Yakupa said, baby, I'll be on one answer.
That's it. A year Ghana first, and also the free a year Blakuma North at the buy and refer of friend for Otoso. Hello. Yes, sir. Yeah, Niam Pacho, Daniel. Daniel, I become Casamami.
Dada Mahama first no your Mantani Dada. Otina na do abegua ye baka ama ibia ka brasta. Tata na na do na ebo 5. O ntimi ntaki ye ntina ye se brasta. Eme on no bo na ye do to ko kru ntiri.
What's one?
2 months, 7. Ye do no ko wake up. Oma ko abi for fine. So wake up.
Daniel. Appeal for funds no woni nia be piem. Yeah, engrofo keka say you say $100,000 ni ade $20,000 na engrofo ye yi no. Yeah, patch wo say wo de bra be kan bi. Ba be promise de be ma contract a wo benya sika de ade atu sika. En na abeto system no nti sa asem no de wo kan no kan yi.
Me ba ho. Ayari president of hospital Moyari, Omia Empa. Ayari president hospital in Yambanda. Ghana for Yasom. US currency $10,000, $20,000. And to put the Quabua, look at it, President Mahama. You say, I think about one thing. It's many people can't found bed in Pama Yarwa. Would the Cobra, would the call US? I could say now. Oman will not third force. I'm saying one, or money you. You're going to be here. Or we are for Papa, mechanic in the end. So, MP Bena, which is in the MP, now, which is in the Akai. I am going to political or choosing you into the Akai. And so, MP, you be able to pay. Who is the young woman to America?
Mirasi, minia Daniel, didn't be fee. Abeka and a ban, minia mefro, what? Hello. Yeah, Shaib. Yeah, salam alaikum. Let's say, Nyamiadum. Yakopa, amen.
George, Mr. Timma, Mr. Ganaka, me, akufo-addo, I need Dr. Mahmoud on this happy. Amukata, I can't disagree with you. I said, Ghana check me. No, I'm not Muslim. And yes, sir. Uber cars, Papa, no, be cars and body. I didn't tell you, where Ghana, the Yakuba, and people who come from Beer Kapu, into Ghana, in a year. No, Salam alaikum.
Shaib, Nini Kasa, Mammy Fa, Bay 1 or 2 calls. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Offer me Tunga, who did you have 50? But what's the first thing? Joel is a one.
Yeah.
From Pacho Casama.
Yeah. Pacho, Mamma, good evening.
Yeah, Joshua. Pacho, Maonesuka, Wadaro.
Good evening.
Good evening, boss.
I must make my problem, and then the first time I made the TV not to our machine. That's it. Conversation. Come on. Send our man to train, send our man and can't go back on him. And Miss Ray, Momo Ding, our country, former finance minister. So, Omo Ding, American Ombra. Na sisi kana warning na we do minor personal or the pa or baby e dia tompa e dia ma hospitals na wonye be dia na madam say na kopon mu yejuma
e da si Joel e de die fi eye insom and a ban what kra e dia ma former finance minister me fa me last caller. Hello oh so me catch you no I mean fa back ele ke mbo me na me fa eye back na yanko. Hello
hey
Aja o yo duba o fa na bo
yo nyumba ajo no
okay
yo barka da salda
barka gande
manya ha me ho mo ni ma ho ni ma yi
Aja o ba yo no yese egbe
kaka yo hey
mo do mo
yo
yo
Blackberry, God
yes,
bless.
Yes, Aja.
God bless over FM.
Bye-bye, Aja. Meba fi na mabe Jimmy, sanla emu na izani se mi fanchi okra Aja. Nyami show bebre se ya otahwe the seat show. Mira, mire no aye bia nisa. Mami mo be a minute or so na fa wrap up mami na. You say goodbye to because my wife and friend said you're not ready.
The American chair at here for and say, Mom give you up on Ghana. There's hope for Ghana. Let's believe. But see, what we have to do is to visit the principles of your founding fathers. JB Dankwa Edimo Akotine.
Which are in short
principles. The principles of Ghanaism, ethical leadership, accountable governance, liberal economy, the rule of law. Say far or money pija in no time. See it me per leaders on big creative jobs. I'm a Ghana for discipline, juma, honesty, juma, patriotism, juma. This country will move. But I'm far honesty anti-TM1. You get the leadership, the NDC for Edema Siciano. Why the titi almost on cano correct? Ubian what dance anti-TN Edemomo. Is a minimum we expect some back cano crowd. We're also making a mistake. They don't speak the truth. And it's there. President Nwaka, truck a crack, and run a year on. But that does not mean we should give up on Ghana. We should not give up, but I will admonish listeners to say, get a copy of my book, Echoes from the Doyan, JB Dankwa. Go to Legon Bookshop, EPP, Kingdom Bookshop, and some other bookshop like Blue Knight, and you will get a copy, and it will be a blessing to you. But don't give up hope on Ghana. Still believe in Ghana. Ghana will get to its destiny and be a first-class nation.
But I say, Drew, get a copy in there. Just a profile, what you know, just a profile, yes, yeah. You better see. You mean so, Papa, what I knew your in-depth analysis. I would have bread. Yeah, now, ya feel, Diabema, Una in Titia, a year you made you with. It's sunny, say, Ubie, me, Umayeti, your one say. Now, sir, Ghana is in page 141. I made the power because you can replace the Ghanaism with the patriotism now. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong come. Am I lying? Exactly. But to me, I replace Ghanaism with the patriotism. That's why I am an Egypt baby. Say also beji a copy of the book. Now also working kind. Now I'm what to me. Who say Ghana? It's a meme. Yet trust it. Among for for politicians, no, almost a year 6 than a 9. It's a to me as a tree, a bonnet to me can be almost and no more yenu, no more yenu, the dear number for you, as a the seat show, and I did about a year, Yami, ya, Duma, Quada Abbey, you bet to me a share of video, we will name more a year, and penny for a cashier, a year, Mr. Entry, any, and may say, would they were a fan of the seat power, share a year. Any Mr. Jumo US and then may say also share Mr. Kwakudia, Miss senior man, and then may Miss Salutu, we a coordinator, a Pokwasi A, and I've also W.O. Agyapong, also a coordinator, Pokwasi B, a Mumpenny for a year. I hold so much respect for, and then may Matisse, also mo share the seed show nyame ensra obi bia wo a share wo a send a message wo a ofra nyankopon ensra na kai hu se nyankopon ono na ushira memma obi emmo anase wankasa kra memmo hu abofia na me giri se nyankopon ya adoma wo kwada ebe yebehia na ye another episode of the seat abro Ghana nti na ya yeshia nyame ensra obi a